Hey gang, it's Paul with Stud Pack. Welcome back to the channel. For months, you guys have been bombarding us in the comments with comments like, Stud Pack, where in the heck are your garage doors? You guys need to get those up now. Well, tomorrow is the day we've all been waiting for, because at 8 a.m., the garage doors arrive. But today is a pretty chill day for us. We just have to prep for those guys. You know how much we like preparing for our subcontractors, making sure they have everything they need to make their job easier. What do we got to do? Well, a few videos ago, you'll remember that we put some 2x6s around here so they could bolt their frame to it. We'd never done it before, so didn't know quite what we were doing, and we almost had it. The one little key we missed was that this piece needed to go all the way to the ceiling because the garage door track needs a support point up there. So we took all this down for a number of reasons, and Rad is out here painting the new stuff. We already primed both sides, and now he's painting it the black trim color. While he finishes that, I gotta do a little bit of electrical. We're using side mounted openers. They're gonna be on the wall here, not in the middle of the ceiling. And that box on the right is 120 volts, that's for my plug. And that box is the low voltage. That's for our beam at the bottom. You can see we have a box here. There's one on the other side. And we got a double gang here for our 2 push buttons. One for the front door, one for the back. So while Rad paints, I'm gonna go grab a couple of plugs, put some electricity in this place. Let's get going. All right guys, we've got all our new 2x6s up. These on the side, of course, go all the way up as they want for the installation. We got all our spare screw holes. We ended up not putting as many screws as we drilled for, so we filled them with Durham's putty. There were also some pretty gnarly knots, so we filled those with the Durham's putty as well. We want to make the 2x6s look as good as a 2x6 can look in the garage. And you know how we always like to get everything ready for the subcontractor to make their job as easy as they can. So I'm marking the ceiling joists because they have to have a bracket here to support the track. So my favorite trick, this is one of my top 3 favorite tricks ever, rare earth magnets. And basically what they do, they stick to the drywall screw. Watch this, I'm gonna move it towards me because I already know there's one here. I already did this one, so there's a joist right there. And there's my next one. Just mark it lightly with a piece of green tape. Now he knows exactly where the ceiling joists are. All right, boys, we'll wait a few minutes. We're gonna sand this Durham, give this a second coat, and this will be all ready for our installer. Can't wait for these garage doors. All right, guys, our installers are here. Alex, what's up? Welcome to the job site. Donnell, pleasure, man. All right, are we ready for you? Is there anything else you need?
Yeah, all we need now is a spring pad for the springs here in the middle.
A spring pad. So you want a 2x6, like vertical, right in the center.
Yes, sir, exactly. It gives the springs a good little mounting surface for, you know, just integrity.
So the torsion line attaches to the spring bar also?
Correct.
Okay, cool. All right, well, I'll find the center of this wall. I'll get that done for y'all. It won't take me but
yes, sir.
2 or 3 hours, and then we can get going.
Sounds good.
Cool, man. Just like that, bud?
Yeah, so now we'll just go ahead and get 2 screws here, 2 screws here, and then about 2 more up here at the top.
And you want us to kind of countersink the screws so that the bracket sits flush on top of them?
Correct.
Okay. And with my luck, one of your screws is going to hit one of mine, so
yeah,
we'll deal with it. That's what happens every time.
Yes, sir.
All right, Alex, y'all are moving right along. You got all your tracks staged. You got the 2 for this side, the 2 for the other side behind Jordan. You got 2 over there. All the hardware is already attached, right? Ready to go?
Yeah.
And now you got the bottom panel for the front door right here, and you got the bottom panel for the back door.
Correct.
Over there. You always start with the bottom, I guess. Makes
Yes,
sense,
sir.
right?
You work your way up, start from the bottom, work your way to the top.
Yep, and then you're putting on the hardware. Correct. I was going to ask you if it matters, but I see an L on there, so I assume it does matter.
Yeah,
right?
So you do have your designated sides, your left and your right.
Is it, you call it a wheel?
Rollers.
A roller, okay. So it goes in here?
Correct.
And then is there one in there?
Correct.
Oh, nice. See? I got it already. Now you were telling me that you actually went to school in Arizona. The owner of the company has like a whole campus.
Yeah.
Flies you out.
Yeah.
Has an apartment complex for you.
Yeah.
It's all expenses paid for. And how long is the training?
It's 1 month.
And you have a whole month there where you learn how to do this.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a great way to get people into trading. Now Donnell was telling me his first day on the job with you guys is a ride along.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
So basically what it is we give the person a chance to see if this is something that they're interested in doing.
Okay.
They get a day to see what our life is.
All right.
And if they like it, then they can continue. They say yes and get the green light, and they continue to work with us.
Well, I think that's a great way to find out about a trade, right? All right, I'm not going to hold you up anymore.
All right.
Donnell's getting the next stuff out, so I'll step back and let you guys work.
Yes, sir.
Check that out, dude. And you guys move quick. So first panel, now you're centering it in the opening.
Correct.
And this must be one of the tricks you learn at school, how to work by yourself, because you guys are usually solo installers, right?
Yes, sir.
Use the ladder as a support.
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna get it right in the middle and
Yeah, so you center it, and after that, you set your tracks, and then you just make sure your door is level first. And then after that, that's when you set your tracks, and then you build it.
just build it.
Correct.
Dude, that thing is huge. Like the opening doesn't, I mean, it's big. It doesn't look that big though, but then look at the door. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah.
Take that Clopay sticker off.
Level is level.
Put it.
Are we level, Donnell?
We are level.
Wow.
So what happens if you get one that's, I mean, like, way out?
So
Would this one have to be like custom
You're gonna have to
cut?
add some concrete.
so what we do is we level the door no matter what. If the concrete's so sloped, we level the door. And then the only other step that you could do to fill in that gap is to order an oversized rubber, which fills in that big gap. And if not, I mean, the door has to run level to itself. If not, it won't run how it's supposed to. But
Dang. How often do you see that?
most of the time, it's common, but not 2-inch
Right.
unlevel common, but
An inch, 3/4, something like that?
like half an inch.
All right. And man, that looks great from out here. Remember, guys, we're going to have weather stripping here. It's going to hide all this right here, tie it into the building. It's going to look great.
Nice and clean.
Yep. You guys remember Waterdrop, right? We actually did an ad for them a couple of months ago. We installed a unit over at Jordan's house, and he absolutely loves it and uses it every single day. But I gotta say, I was a little bit jealous because I didn't have one. So they sent us the upgrade. Sorry, dude, I got the advanced model. Super easy to install. Let's check it out. The absolute hardest part of the whole installation for me is gonna be drilling a hole in our granite countertops. I got my grinder all set up. I used the sticker to locate the hole, making sure I had no obstructions underneath. Let's drill this hole. I sure am glad my wife's out of town because she doesn't know about this at all. There we go, nice and easy. What I really love about this filter, it has industry-leading filtration layers that filter out 99.9% of the harmful substances in your drinking water. And with this smart faucet, you can totally control the volume of water. It tells you your TDS reading all the time, total dissolved solids, something really important to know. And it tells you the filter life of each filter every time you use it. It even matches our existing faucet. All right, guys, I got this drain saddle right here installed above my P-trap because the water system needs a drain. Time to make all our water connections. Everything's color-coded. You can't mess it up, guys. And we got some blue keepers we're gonna put here. Make sure everything stays nice and tight. And what I really love about this water filter, guys, is how much space it saves, right? We've all seen those RO systems with the big tank and the bracket with the 3 filters that you gotta bolt to the side of your sink cabinet. That would have been impossible on here. With this one, I can just slide it back and this thing's basically gonna disappear. And since there's no tank, there's less chance of bacteria buildup. And even if there was any bacteria, there's a built-in UV sensor lamp taking care of all those nasty microbes. All right, the unit is in flush mode, but here's what I really love about it. We love to cook. And we've got a little filter in the fridge that we have to fill up all the time. We just use it for drinking water. We don't use it for cooking because we're gonna use all that water. But this thing is awesome. It'll fill up a glass in just a few seconds, and it's unlimited. I don't have the reservoir, the tank that I empty, and then I gotta wait for it to refill. All right, guys, while this is purging, I got 2 things left to do. I gotta put all this stuff back under my sink, and I get to remove the water filter from inside my fridge that takes up half of a shelf, and I get all that refrigerator space back. Really excited about that. And one other feature about this, we showed you a ton, but look at this. This guy turns. You can fill up my Yeti without having to hold it. Look, that thing's almost full. That's unbelievable. And since we have such a high flow rate and an endless supply of water, I think we're gonna be drinking a lot more water here. It's really important. So thanks to Waterdrop for sponsoring this video. Make sure to check them out. There's a link in the description, and let's get back to work. Tracks are going on. So you can just rotate that track right on the rollers.
Yeah.
Nice. You got all your brackets attached loosely, so now you can dial it in.
Yeah, you just adjust it.
Yep. And this track sits on the cement?
No.
Pull it up a little bit.
Say over time,
Like a little
the
rust.
house wants to shift.
Yeah. Oh.
Then your track's gonna, your track is gonna move with the concrete. So you give it a gap. You start with one side, whatever side is. So for example, I had to shim this one to level the door. So you start on the side that you didn't touch.
Okay.
And then whenever you measure it, get your measurement, and then you match it to this.
Start with the low side. It makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then since we screwed this piece of wood to the wall, we got screws here. What happens if your bracket hits one of the screws?
You have to move it.
Okay. How easy is that?
Not hard at all.
Okay.
So I'm matching this one to that one, and I go ahead, since you have a frame out, you pre-drill.
See, pre-drill. What have I been telling you?
Always pre-drill.
There you go. See?
Hey. Hey.
They must teach you that in the school, right? Always pre-drill.
I never went to school, so
Now I notice these are numbered too.
Yeah.
So it kicks it out a little bit.
Basically,
All right.
the way it rides, same thing with the hinges. You have your number 1 hinges, your number 2 hinges, number 3, and as you go up, the number changes, and same thing for here. You have different numbers on it. You have your 1, your 3s, your 4s, and that's just to give you the spacing that you need as the door goes up.
So when the door comes down, it's kind of getting pushed against the weather stripping?
Correct.
Cool.
Ah.
All right. And then it's not rubbing the whole way up because it's coming away from this. I got you. Got you.
So now we're good. Now we're good to remove the ladders because you have your track set. So now do that, and your door is in place.
Doors in place.
Doors in place.
Wow.
It's great.
All right, go ahead, sit down. All right, go for it. Yeah, sit it up. Watch your fingers.
Red.
Dude, that looks so good.
What is this all about right here, man? This guy.
A baseball player, man.
Really?
Born and raised in Texas.
Don't tell me you're an Astros fan,
Die hard Astros.
dude. No.
Yeah.
All right, we can leave it there.
All right, gang, now you can see why we had to go all the way up with that vertical 2x6. First time it was wrong, but we got that big brace, holds the track against the door. It's gonna hold the track here, so it's gotta be strong.
Yeah.
All right, guys, 75% of our panels are up. The next one's gonna have the glass. Can't wait for those. And right now they're starting to assemble the torsion lines.
Yes, sir.
Right, so we have I always thought these were solid actually, but it's not. It's a piece of tubing or pipe, right?
Yes, sir.
You're putting your springs on.
So basically, what you can see is, picture this as like a car. This is your axle. These are you could call them tires, but the spring is gonna be basically your muscles. Basically, without this, the door is not gonna go up. You got your red powder coated springs, lifetime springs. And then you have this little metal bearing here that whenever we mount the springs, we have this center bearing plate that joins both of them together. And the center bearing plate goes in here, and then it all joins together, all like that, and then they bolt together. And basically it's all gonna work in one system. Without these, the door won't go up.
Yep.
When they're properly balanced, you can pick the door up with no muscle needed.
Wow.
So this end of the spring is locked.
Yes.
And this end is secured to the bar,
Yes,
And
sir.
so it spins.
Yes. It's all one system.
And then you have a little black zip tie right here.
Yeah.
What is that all about?
So basically, from the manufacturer, this is what signifies what side the spring is. So you have your left and your right side. The black one is going to be your right side. So you do have designated spots that the spring goes on. The spring winds upwards. So the black spring is going to be on your right side. This is just an easier way to signify what the spring is.
So they're wound opposite. But if you put them on wrong, the springs are going to try to drive the door into the slab instead of rising it up.
Basically.
Okay, cool.
I've heard that these things can kill you.
Oh.
Yes, easily.
Very dangerous.
Yeah.
But I heard it wasn't the spring itself. I heard it was when people try to work on them
Yes.
and they get stuff lodged in there and it is that.
Yeah, basically it has so much tension in it that if you don't know how to properly do it, it has a lot of pressure. So if you loosen up the bolts that's holding it to the bar itself, it swings down and it can crush your hand or just basically.
Yeah. So this isn't a DIY project, in other words. Yeah.
No, call your professionals, garage door doctors.
We need one of these. All right, quick question on this framing that we built. In my house, just down the road, we don't have this. We don't have this 2x right here. The brackets are bolted right to the drywall.
Yeah.
So what's the difference?
This is 10 times better. I would say 100 times better.
I would say so too, yeah.
Yeah, you have a stationary mounting surface for your vertical tracks, your whole track system, which is very important. Your tracks are mounted 100% on a flat surface.
Right.
Compared to your house having drywall, you don't know if the wood in the back is 100% solid. So you're screwing into
who knows what?
Who knows what?
Yeah.
And who knows what the state of the wood is.
We know all about that.
And drywall is soft a lot of the time, so the track might compress and move, whereas that wood will never move.
Pull in, and now you're not all in a line.
Right.
Yeah. This is basically letting you adjust the gap opening from the door. So what I'm doing is tightening it right now, giving it where I want. And then right there, you see how it's not touching?
Right. It's just
So
floating.
basically,
it's just floating.
Yeah, so right there it's pretty good where you want it.
So what are you looking for as far as the gap here? You're just looking for it to not touch the framing?
So basically you're looking at, what you see there is perfect, is the ideal. Yeah, you have light right now, but once we install that weather strip, it is going to cover that.
Cool.
And basically, that's how you want it.
Yeah, you just want it to not rub.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like when we have new installers, we make sure that somebody's going to ride with him at some point. Because this guy is so meticulous, he's very OCD, detail-oriented.
All right, guys, they are making great progress. This is the last, is that, you call that the horizontal?
Yes, sir.
The horizontal?
Horizontal track.
Two-man job. You got to line up the hole in the top.
Go up, line it up, put the bolt in.
Yeah, one really
Hold
cool
it in
thing I
place.
noticed, you always put your bolts the same, right? They always all face out, or they always face the same direction.
Preferably make it uniform, make it look good.
Yeah, and obviously you can't have anything sticking in the
Yeah, you
crack,
can't have
but
nothing.
We
Yes,
get
sir.
that, but even those, they're all facing the same way. Now, has my my green tape on the ceiling been helping you?
Yeah, it helped a lot.
It helped a lot? All right,
Yes,
cool,
sir.
cool. And then you just got to line that up.
Then you go ahead and check the level.
And you always make your cuts between the holes, not through the hole, because now you have a deadly sharp edge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Alex putting the braces to hold this end of the track, and it's temporary. It'll stay there, but he got the track square to the door by measuring off the wall. So he's trusting that our framing is square, and hopefully it's going to be square, but they're going to raise the door, and it'll help to align these tracks. Then you can tighten everything once and for all.
Yeah.
Did I explain that good? Yeah. All right, cool. All right, last panel going in.
We got in.
I know.
What? That's a lot of light. Wow.
Come over here. Just boss with me.
That's way more light than I thought. I thought we were gonna have to turn like a light on in here when they put this thing up. Wow. Yep.
Can you give me another beer?
Cut. Dang, dude. Are you serious?
Alright, go above your track.
Dang, dude.
This is 18-foot door.
Yeah.
You want to come down?
No.
That's my bad.
Push it. Alright, hold on. Alright.
Your turn, Donnell. Come on, man. Oh!
All right, Alex, I got the torsion line in.
Yeah.
Now you're getting the cable attached. What is that called? A spool? What is that called?
This right here?
Yep.
This is your drum.
A drum. Okay.
So these are safety drums. This is an upgraded version from your standard drums to your safety drums, which lasts longer, and it also has a deeper ridges so that the cable doesn't slip out. No, it's just basically just for the cable to ride on.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. And so you're just getting a little tension on this cable.
Correct. So
Tighten the drum.
you have that right now, but once we get tension on the springs,
Of course.
it's gonna be,
Like a C-sharp.
yeah.
And another thing I noticed, you had to move the tension line this way so it stubs out a little more because our drive unit has to attach to it. All right, Alex, you're marking the springs with a Sharpie. What's going on?
So what I'm doing is the regular springs, they have a little identifying line that goes across the whole spring so you can see how many turns you've done.
By regular, you mean the cheap unpainted ones.
Correct.
But we have special powder coated ones.
So yes, sir. So originally y'all were running low on funds since y'all are building this nice house. So y'all were signed up for the premium springs, which were 25,000 cycles, but we went ahead and hooked y'all up with the lifetime springs. And these are 80,000 cycles. So up and down is one cycle. So I think we did the math earlier. You were looking at how many years?
Yeah, 10 times a day, up and down, 22 years.
22 years.
Crazy.
Man.
And you said a builder's grade spring was what?
10,000 cycles.
10,000. Wow, that's a huge difference.
So these, you know, fancy powder coated red goes perfect with this new garage.
So the Sharpie line is going to tell you how many rotations you've done because now you have to wind the spring.
Yeah.
And every door is going to be a little different depending on the height, the weight, all that.
Basically, in y'all scenario, it's an 8-foot door. So typically an 8-foot door will take, what is it, 32? 32 turns.
You said 8 times 4?
Yeah. So due to the fact that y'all have 20-inch radius tracks, having 24-inch panels is going to ride better. So we're going to have to do 9 1/4 turns. The line is just to help us keep track of how many turns we've done.
Okay.
And then so we won't lose count.
Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
now
ready.
we need to say this is very dangerous, right?
Yes, sir.
This is not for a DIYer to do.
No, sir.
All right, we're going to stand back, let you guys do it.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, I actually helped a friend of mine, and I did his. I watched a YouTube video. I just did one. It was fine. I wore glasses. It was fine.
14, 15.
Cool.
You can't talk. You can't talk. Just count. Right. Yeah. If you listen carefully, you can hear him counting.
So set in my screw. Sometimes if you over tighten it, you can damage the torsion line. So you're only supposed to do 3/4 turns. Not too tight, not too loose. Just whenever it feels right. It's usually 3 to 4 little 1/4 turns on the set screw. Prime example of what my line was. You see those lines going in spirals?
Yeah, now it's a spiral.
Yeah. So your starting point was where that first line starts.
Yeah, so there's
and then you
one.
count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 1/4 turns
Nice.
is what we did.
Nice.
Hey, I got chills, man. That's pretty cool.
And I can tell from back there, yeah. And I can tell from back there that the diameter of the spring got smaller. And that makes sense because you're tightening it.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure it got longer a little bit too, right?
Yeah, it extends usually about 2 to 3 inches.
Oh, wow. That much?
Yeah.
Cool.
So whenever the door goes up, that's whenever your springs don't have any tension in the up position.
All right, so you've removed your vice grip. So now the door, it looks like it wants to go up.
Yeah.
Are you holding it?
Yeah, a little bit.
And it wants to go up on its own?
Yeah.
All right, so is this where the fine tuning comes in?
Yeah. So basically, we got our number of turns that we need. I did the correct amount of turns. So you see how if I push it down, it comes back up. It means that the door is too light. So we need to add another strut across here. And then that'll basically balance your door to where it's not going to lift up off the ground like it is.
So that other strut, so the glass panel actually came with 2 struts for
Correct.
shipping to make it stronger during shipping.
Correct.
And you took the bottom one off. It's actually sitting right here.
Yeah.
And you would rather add more weight than lessen underwind the spring.
Yeah, because you never want to underwind. You want the correct amount of winds on the springs itself. So if you underwind, basically your motor is going to overwork itself because you underwind, the springs lose tension over time, so your door gets heavier. Basically, you're making your motor overwork itself. Whenever everything's properly balanced, your door it's supposed to weigh 0 to 5 pounds.
Okay, so this strut probably, I mean, it's heavier than I thought.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't know what it is, 5 to 10 pounds? That's
It's
enough.
about 15.
15, okay, so it's enough to do what you want to do.
Correct.
So you got to take all these screws out?
Just the top one.
Just the top one.
Yeah, and run it all the way across.
All right, cool.
So
let's
we'll
get
give
that
that a
done
shot.
and try it again.
Yes,
you got to
sir.
put your vice grips back on it?
So what I'm going to do is just grab my C-clamp.
Oh, I love those things. Oh, and you pinch it right above the roller.
Yeah, yes sir. So you just pinch it right above so it doesn't go up, and then now we just add our strut.
Very cool. Very cool.
Hold on, let me see.
All right, we got our extra weight added on here. You got your clamp off. How's the door feeling to you?
It's how it's supposed to.
How it's supposed to?
Yeah.
What is that? What does that mean to like us folks?
So the way to explain it is 0 to 5 pounds is your ideal weight of the door whenever it's properly balanced.
So it should take 0 to 5 pounds of force to lift it?
Yeah.
Is that kind of
if
what
you
it
give
is?
it a shot yourself, you can see how light it is.
All right, I'm just going to use a couple fingers. Oh, so easy, so easy. So you mentioned earlier you like to wind the springs hot, right? So a little too much, knowing that they're going to weaken over time.
Yeah, you never want to have your springs too weak.
Okay.
Basically, because like you just said, springs lose tension over time. And, you know, we do recommend at the year mark, have someone come out, check the weight of the door, make sure the springs are still properly balanced and everything.
So the springs lose tension, so now the motor's working harder to raise the door, is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you always want to have your springs checked so the motor's not working so hard and you might burn up your motor.
Correct.
Got it. All right, now what about other maintenance on the door? I guess greasing these and greasing the rollers is pretty easy.
So ideally, garage door lubricant, you can go to Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's.
Oh yeah?
They all provide it. Look up garage door lubricant. You're just gonna...
I'm sure there's something on YouTube about it.
Yeah, just lubricate the hinges, and then if you come over here, you see your rollers. Just lubricate the rollers, and then that's pretty much it. I see people that lubricate the tracks and everything, but I think that's not necessary.
Well, we have these nylon rollers, so it's not like metal on metal.
No.
Cool.
Yeah, so it'll be quiet.
That's awesome. You ready to tackle the back door?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it. These look awesome. All right, guys.
That's awesome.
Alex was putting all the hardware in his mouth, so I let him borrow my magnetic wristband. And when I first got it, I put it on my left hand. I'm right-handed, and a bunch of people commented, no, dude, it goes on your dominant hand. So when you're holding a drill, you just reach over with your left hand, grab the screw.
Yeah.
So right now he's adjusting the rails. We put the door up. We make sure the rail is parallel to the side of the door. He's just fine-tuning it right now to make them parallel. Right? Yeah, exactly.
I hate that you saw me put nuts and bolts in my leg.
Oh, I got a whole video and I'm like...
You only saw the nuts going.
I can't put that on YouTube.
So now...
I'll trade you the wristband for the drill.
I can't do it. If it was mine, most likely. But nah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You mind if I use it for the rest of the
Of course. All right, guys, the doors are installed. All that's left is a little weather stripping on the outside and to install the 2 LiftMaster garage door openers.
98022s.
LiftMaster 98022 is the model number. We got 2 of them. Let's check these things out. You've installed a bunch of them, right, Alex?
Yes, sir.
First thing I noticed, battery backup. Pretty cool, right? You won't get stuck in your garage if the power goes out.
Correct.
Good for 5 cycles, something like that?
Yes, sir.
About. Maybe the heavier door, we got a few less. All right, what other features have we got on this thing?
It is programmed with MyQ, so you'll be able to operate it from your phone.
Okay. You can tell if your garage door is open when you leave.
Correct.
If you forgot to close it.
Yeah.
Cool?
Yes,
And
sir.
can you close it from the app?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could be even in a whole another state and be able to close it.
That's crazy.
As long as your house has Wi-Fi and it's connected, then you'll be set.
All right, it comes with the visor remote for your car, like
Correct.
we've all seen our whole lives. And now we pre-ran all the low voltage for you, so it should be pretty easy, right?
Yes, sir. And it does come with the wall buttons.
Okay.
So it has LED screen, motion sensor, everything, and it shows time, temperature, all the features.
Nice.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
So we could plug, like, you're gonna have yours side by side. We could have like time zone here and time zone in like Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
You know what time the surf is breaking in Hawaii?
Yeah, dude, does it do wave height?
Maybe.
Outside of Hawaii? That'd be cool.
All right, let's put them up. I'm excited about these.
All right, let's go.
All right, guys, we are gaining on it. All that's left is some weather stripping, connect our sensors, and install the motors. Alex down here doing all the wiring. Now, during the rough wiring stage, we just ran some doorbell wire.
Yep.
2 conductors, just like that. We ran it from this box. We're going to show you what we did, but there's just 3 of them. From this box all the way to the motor. From the right-hand sensor at the bottom of the door all the way to the motor. And at the wall-mounted button all the way to the motor. We're going to show you that. But this is really easy. He's got these Dolphin connectors. Dolphin is the brand name. In fact, it says Dolphin right on there. They're gel-filled. So you slide the wires in there, crimp it, and that makes your connection. The bracket for the sensor is going to get bolted to this bottom hole right here in the track.
Right now, actually.
Now, you were telling me, what, code here in Texas, this has to be 6 inches within the bottom of the slab, right?
Yeah, no higher than 6 inches.
No higher than 6, all right? So that hole is convenient. You just put it right there, and you know you're good to go.
Go ahead and tighten this.
Yep.
All right. Make sure your sensor's straight.
Okay. Now, Jordan, weren't you telling me you saw something where, you know, everybody pushes the button and runs over the beam and jumps over the beam to get out?
Right.
There's some new technology. Well, I don't remember what it was.
I think you walk out and there's a delay.
Before the beam comes on.
The beam just reads your delay.
Oh, okay.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, so it like doesn't activate.
I actually like this idea better.
You like these better than what? The ones with the little hole in them?
Yeah.
Because it's easier to push the wire in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead
Yeah, those
of
are
finding
nice. They look cool.
Yeah, for sure.
And you're still going to staple the wire? Nice. Look how clean that looks. Usually when you run that wire, you got to staple it all over the side of the drywall of the 2x, right?
Yeah, so thankfully
Very
I have
easy.
pre-ran
We
wire.
did it. Nice.
I want sensors where it's got a little fog machine right here. So it goes, ksh, ksh, and then it like, so you can see the laser.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How cool would that be?
All the wiring is done as far as our low voltage. Alex got the coupling connected right here and a little bracket right here. So most of the weight is hung off of the torsion line, right?
Correct.
This just keeps the motor from spinning. Well, the motor's going to spin. It keeps this from rotating, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Basically keeps it stationary.
Yeah. It's way easier than a conventional overhead opener, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Boom, bada bing.
Wow.
All right, we're on the back door now. Alex is tightening the set screws on the coupling that joins the tension line to the driver.
Correct.
You got those 2 tight?
Yes, sir. I got this one tight. Now I need to get the back one.
How are you gonna get the back ones?
Well,
You got like a special socket for that?
a good thing we have him. Can you raise the door for me? All right, right there's perfect. Go down.
Oh.
Just raise the door. Right.
Up. Yeah.
All right, we're programming it now. We got power, we got lights. I see you moving.
Yes, sir. Getting it going now.
So you're dialing in the maximum the stop height, right?
Yes, sir.
What do you like? Just clear of the jam?
We have to start that over.
Oh, I jumped
Oh,
in the
dude.
Stay out of the beam, man.
Stay out of the beam.
You're good now.
All right. So you're programming the limits, right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
So we just programmed the upper limit. Now we're programming the down limit.
All right, let's see if we see any daylight here. Ooh.
Very nice. Very nice.
Good job,
Raccoons aren't
Marcos.
getting in. Yeah. And the raccoons aren't getting in here tonight.
And now it goes automatically.
Yeah.
It looks like it goes fast and then it kind of slows down a little bit. It's so quiet. It's so quiet. All right, guys, sun is setting. It is 7:30. We are on the last, well, they're on the last leg, right? Weather stripping. This is a piece of it. Check that out. This is not something you buy at the home center. That is some serious weather stripping. They got their cordless gun. They're just nailing it through our Hardy. And it kind of disappears. That's such a great color match.
Yep.
Them raccoons gonna have a hard time now. Then you got the back one to do and you're done, right?
Yes, sir.
Nice job.
About 20 more minutes.
Cool.
That's what you said 20 minutes ago.
All right, you guys are all done?
Yes, sir.
Man, you absolutely killed it. Donnell, Alex, thank you so much. I really appreciate y'all today.
Yes, sir.
Just the quality of work, everything's parallel, square, plumb, level, just like we like it. All your attention to detail. Y'all were a pleasure to work with, completely cleaned up.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for hanging out with the Stud Pack crew. Thanks
For
again
sure.
so much. It was awesome.
Sir.
You
It
guys
was
were
our
awesome.
honor.
All right, guys, that's going to be a wrap on both of our garage doors. They are finally installed. We're thrilled about it, and I know you are too. But come check out some of the details on this thing. I love the texture on it. It just gives another layer of texture to our building. Love the windows. They let in a ton of light. I'm going to press the button, let this thing come up so you can hear it or not hear it, because that's the way it is. These things are so quiet. None of us can still believe it. And the neighbors love the doors too. Got this nice weather stripping on the bottom, the beautiful track. We're going to close the door and watch how well the weather stripping here on the side integrates with the door. And let's give a big W in the comments for Alex and Donnell. They did an amazing job on their installation. And of course, they're with Garage Door Doctor out of Houston, and they are powered by A1 Garage Doors nationally out of Phoenix. Our total experience with them, from estimate to installation, top notch.
A1.
A1, there you go. Give them a call if you have any garage door needs, whether it's a new installation or maintenance. We had a great experience with them, and in fact, both of the owners came by the next day just to make sure we were totally satisfied. How awesome is that? But as you can see, guys, look around. Things are popping in the garage. We got like 4 projects going on at once. We're getting a ton of stuff done here on the project. Can't wait to show you in future videos. So just get yourself a little remote for your like button. You can press it anytime. You don't have to be by your like button. Smash it for us. It's the best thing you can do. Please subscribe to our channel if you're not a subscriber already. Hit that bell so you get a notification of our very next video. Check us out on bunkerbranding.com if you'd like to get yourself some Stud Pack merch. And we will see you right back here on the Stud Pack Dream Garage on our very next project.